Hello my friends, this is MYFXBOOK Hunter with Forex market preview for the following week starting 22 October till the Friday 26th October. So let's look for the news what we're gonna have. So we have a Tuesday will be about the pound when the Mark Carney speaking. Wednesday will be about the CAD because we have a monetary policy meeting statement, overnight rates and the press conference of the Bank of Canada. Then the Thursday is about the Euro, where will be the ECB press conference, and the Friday is Draghi as well, and the Thursday will be about the USD. So that's for the news. So I expect some volatility coming in the next week, and the main focus for me will be for the Canadian dollar because I like how it's all set up around the CAD, and I will be looking for the setups. So let's look for the charts. Okay, here's the first thing first. So let's check the results from the last week. We had many trades, and we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 losers, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 profitable trades. So we are now like 177 pips in this previous week, which is not as good as the week before, but still we are in the profit, which is still pretty good, and it's the most important thing. So if we look now, I will delete this trade report. So let's start with the dollar index as usually. What do we see here on this price action? We can see that in the last week the market moved down, and this is the Tuesday of this week, and then it was moving up. When we are looking to the COT data, let me bring it here and like this, so we can check that. So when we are looking to the COT data, we can see that the market makers actually they closed the 3K of their longs, which probably happened somewhere here on this top, which always they are doing it. Like this was the Tuesday, this day when it was really, so they basically mostly waiting for the Wednesday to start their move. So it's not included in the statistics. So we are like late. So they know why they're doing it. So basically, then the next day they closed the 3K of the longs, which will manipulate the price down, and as well they closed another 3K of their shorts, which probably happened somewhere here because they would not close the shorts on the tops. Then the Wednesday, this is the data which we don't have in our COT. So they was basically moving the price up, and we don't see there was not so big volume on the bottom. So probably this could be done by closing more short trades, and when we are getting to the top, we can see some two nice volumes candles, which could means that they closing another longs positions. However, if we look to the price action, what is going on here? Here is something very interesting. I mean, not interesting, but it's like tricks what they're doing. We can see that we have on this level we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches where the price was going down from this. So what that means? Then most of the traders start to think that this level is a strong one, and it will hold. So it's it puts the interest of everyone to sell from here, because it's we have as I said 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 touches. It means that most of people think that yes, it's strong level, it will breaks down, it will move down, which actually started to happen here. So look, and here again. And this is the candle, which is nice for everyone. Say like, oh yes, this is the engulfing candle. It's short, we're going short. So everybody is shorting now, and where they put stop losses is definitely here. So what is here in the form of the stop losses? It's gonna be a big liquidity for the banks. So what do I think that they will might now take the price lower below these lows, where is the stop losses of the people who are in the longs? So they will just touch them, and it's easy. So they basically will take out these traders. They will as well take in the breakout traders, which will enter the shorts, and another ones, because some of them shorted here, some of them shorted here, and some of them will short on this breakout. So then the market makers want as many liquidity to have up here. So they basically will be manipulating probably the price lower, and then when the most of the stop losses, which is the liquidity appears here, they will just come back easily, you know, by closing some short trades on the bottom, and they will basically take them out on this liquidity, from where they could finally move the price down. If you look on the daily, we can see that here is this nice supply zone, which I think will work for this purpose, because mostly this is what the market makers do. Normal traders, they put the support, so when they will be moving up again, so there will be the breakout traders which will enter the longs, but then they will manipulate down on the supply zone. This is the potential scenario which I'm looking for, and I think it will most likely happen, because this is basically the trap the banksters are setting. And something similar actually already happened on this on the USD cut last week. I will show you which we did in my signal service in the Telegram channel. So we basically put the short trade here with the targets, one target here and second target here. But then I looked to the chart again, and I saw this again, this similar scenario where we see this. So I knew that there is a stop losses, and I had my stop loss here as well. So I posted in the channel that we close trade manually with no loss, no profit, and that it's the trap. And we have a stop loss like a very stupid trader. This will be hunted, and so we will wait with the sell limit there. So this is what we did, and what actually then happened is when we looked at the USD CAD, as we had this out trade, so our first target would be done. So market makers was making the price down, and exactly look what happened here. Look at this. Again, yes. So we have this level. We have once was down, second time, 3 times, 4 times. You know, so a lot of people is shorting, and they just put the stop losses here. And when they going down, so the market makers, so people are shorting. Then here you can see how they exactly touched below this level. So they took the stop losses of these people who was taking the longs here, or those who was taking the longs from here because of the breakout. So they just touched them, they take out these stop losses, they attracted more sellers into the game, and then quickly they went up to take all this liquidity, which are now, they are just full. They could have enough contracts which they need for the moving price down. So let's see. So this is basically the most of the traps the banks are preparing. You can see 3 touches, for example, above is a nice supply zone with the proper setup. So they basically could come down here, and then, you know, so we will see. So this was the CAD, and I'm going back to the gold. What is happening now here is that we can see that the market makers actually in the last week, they moved the price up, and this happened by the closing the massive amount of the shorts positions. If we look at it like this, we can see that if I found CAD, sorry, not CAD, we need to see the gold. So we can see that the last week the market makers actually closed there from 217 to 170. So they basically closed something like almost 40k of the shorts. So they probably closed these shorts here, and they as well added some more longs, like 10k longs. So they created the difference, big difference. Look at the net position from the 38 to the positive 17, which happened here. Now they are moving here, and what's the question? What could happen basically now is that they definitely seeking more liquidity, and they still have they still have pretty big shorts positions, which they need to close them, but they will not want to do it on the highs. They will want to do it somewhere on the lows. However, if they are now the positive longs against the shorts, so they basically can still take it higher, and they can keep these positions to use them later for the manipulating market. So what we see here is this consolidation, and I would expect the price to go down and then to go up, but this would be very easy and expensive for the market makers. I don't think they will give a chance to people who are not in the longs already to go down. So the people who wants to get into the long, they will have to enter somewhere here to take the risk to be taken out here, because they're probably preparing this, so they might take it higher and then down. I don't know this yet and I cannot guess, but what I can see is, if I go to 30 minutes charts, I can see this consolidation. And what do I see in this consolidation is that every low where the market makers are buying, I can see that they're buying in some, the notable volume. So they definitely building the longs position. We can see that the volume is on every low, even here on every drop or lower is a volume with a high activity. So who's buying the lows? The bulls, of course, it's a bull. So what's happening here? It's this consolidation, and we will probably see, some people already entering the long. So we will probably see something like, the fake out, maybe below this wall number, which is a nice level where the banks likes to trade. So they will probably take it just a little bit down to take all these people from the longs and then move higher. So this is what I will be looking for this week on the gold. Euro USD is a tricky one at the moment. It's a long term in this consolidation, in this long term sideways action. A lot of people they're expecting it to move it down because they see something like this. They say, oh, this head and shoulders. I think this pattern is a kind of nonsense. But what is happening here? Let's check the data. It will tell us a bit more on the euro in this case. So we can see that the banks, they actually closing the longs positions, and they closed a bit of the short positions. But how their exposure changed now? So they even changing more to the shorts, which tells me they still want to look. They are even minus 29 in the position. So I think they want to take the price lower. And as this happened in the last week, so we can see that they closed 8K of the shorts, which probably happened somewhere here, and they closed 20K of their longs positions, which could happen here. They could close some of them and then another some of them in here. We don't have a data for this what happened on the Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, but I can guess that they, in this candle with this nice volume and then these drops, they will probably adding some shorts. Here, this what happened here with this move up. It could be potentially another move up with filling some more shorts. But what do I see as well on the price action? If we look here, and I will move this a little bit to the side so you can see the bottom. So we can see here this nice, someone calls it like a double bottom, and it's moving up. And this strong candle with the breaks of this could be just the stop hunt before moving down, because most of the people, what could probably happen this week is that some they will make some nice price action, then the break higher, then even more stop losses will appear below this. It's so predictable behavior. So when they create this and they create another high, another price action of these, then they can these pairs can strike the price down again, because here will be a lot of stop losses, which is a lot of liquidity, which could be used then for the moving price higher again, or or maybe continuation trend down, because if we look, we are now 55% to the shorts. We are actually, you know, switching from the positive to the negative. So I expect the price to go down, as we spoke about the dollar, which could comes you know, to these levels. So the euro, exactly like the opposite of this, come down here to take the stop losses, create the liquidity, and then I don't know, I don't predict too much future, but this is what I think I could happen. Aussie, we have this nice consolidation, like this is still moving the sideways on the 4 hours, but we had this nice move, nice bullish up impulse up. But what do I see here is this, and it's very nice and very objective that this could be the bears, because we see activity on the tops. So I expect the price go lower again, because here will be, of course, the stop losses of the people who traded. They've been hunted once here, and then the price moved higher, but they didn't go too much high, and the volume is not here on the bottom, but it's on the top. And this bearish candle, this red one, this one, you know, it's even covering it. If we check the COT data, we can see that Aussie is still, you can see that they even closed the longs positions, and they added more shorts. So in the last week, as the banks they closed their long positions, it could be closed, you know, around here, and the shorts could be added as well around here. So they just basically last week they get rid of from the 25 to 19k, which is like 6k of the longs they take off, and they added and they take off like a 7k short. So they close these shorts probably somewhere here to create this move up, and here they are slowly, quietly closing their longs. And if I see this is definitely not the buying. So if they would be buying, it would be opposite to these colored candles we will have here on these lows, not like this. So I believe that the banks, as they have these big positions, they will probably want to take this out. There's a lot of people is already expecting this to go up, but I don't think it's gonna happen so quickly. Banks, they always have the time. This is the pound. Pound is the tricky one. Here I really don't know what to you know, the setup is not for me clear. I have this trend line, which was touched, you know, already 3 times. Every retail trader see this, so they basically probably taking the longs. If we check the COT data, we can see that the banks are a little bit like rising the longs, but they still, and they closing the shorts, but they are still, you know, what we can see. So we can see that they basically added some longs, which probably was in this case, and they closed some shorts, which was probably here. Overall, they are like still very bearish, and I don't think it's ready to go up now. So I will be watching this level. If it breaks lower, we might see these lows, you know, to take out this. If it will break higher, I do not think it might could go to clean out these traders out. So I will be watching for this scenario. Here, this is not clean for me, so I'm not touching it. I'm not even thinking on this. This is the USD CHF. USD CHF is, I have a trade, but I will probably will be taken out of this on this stop loss. I was thinking to hedge it, but it's not a good idea, because the swap is negative on the short. So I will better get out, and then I will enter again. So what is happening here? The scenario is again similar. This is the stop loss zone. Here is a lot of liquidity. The people when the market moved down here, and those who didn't take profits here, they are still in the trades, and they will be in the trouble. Now they are hoping that the market will not visit these levels, but I believe that it will probably come here before it will start to drop. As I expect the dollar index to get strong before it will start to dropping or doing some correction. Even if we look to the data, we can see that the market makers are adding to their longs and they closing their shorts. So they are still very bullish. We can see that they are not so bullish as they've been, but we have the contract and where they took some profit, so they actually closed the net. You can see that the net positions went lower, so they are now, their guns are full, and they still can go higher before they reach against these numbers. So this trade I will get out with some loss, and I will be watching for the next opportunity to enter the market. This is the USD CAD. This is exactly what I said before, that they will come for the stop losses, and now I'm waiting for the short here. So we will see. Maybe the price still can go higher, but I expect that this supply zone will hold it, because we can see this strong departure. And we have as well this daily trend line, so there will be maybe something like, the false break, and then it will probably fail. Let's see with this one. If we check the CFTC data for the CAD, we can see that the banks are 57% bullish against the 43, and we can see that they've been closing the longs from the 51 to the 43k. They closed as well the shorts. So if we look here, we can see that they closed some short positions, which probably happened here, and they closed some long positions, which could happen in here, or they could close them here to close the short positions, which was this one, to move the price higher, where they close their longs as well. Then they're not doing nothing, as they closed more longs than the shorts. Then of course the price is dropping down, and now what they are doing here, I don't know what they're doing here, but overall we can see that we are getting even lower, because we've been like 75% longs, now we are just 57, and the shorts are rising. So I think that this is something like in the higher time frame, so I could think that this is something like like a sideways consolidation. So they could probably come higher before it will be dropping lower. Let's see, and we must patiently wait for the setup to appear. This is the USD/JPY. So what do we have here? We have this broken trend line. Now the market is moving higher, and we had already these stop losses being taken out with this one, and so the price could go higher, and I expect it to break and come even here. So, and why do I think that as well that COT data is confirming this for me? Because if I check here, I can see that we are still, even when the banks, when they closed such a big amounts of the longs between these, which was probably here, and they closed such a big amount of the shorts as well, which was probably somewhere here, still they are like 81% on the long side of exposure. So they basically can be closing as many positions as they want, but the exposure is very important. So I believe that with the strong dollar, which will be still doing this stop hands, this could take us a bit higher on the USD/JPY. This is the Kiwi, and the Kiwi is now in the, if we look to the price action, so we have this big trend line down here, we have this nice couple impulses, so I think that it's already ready to drop down, because here is a nice liquidity which could be filled, and if we look at the CFTC data, they are massive numbers for the shorts. The banksters are massively for the shorts. They even have just 11k longs and 46 shorts. The exposure is like 81%, which is massive exposure for the shorts. So I believe these shorts still must be closed still must be closed somewhere on the low. So as I see, they don't do any big hedging, so this could easily drop down with some, you know. Okay, so this is it. I don't want to make this video any big or long, and please subscribe for the next video so you don't miss any opportunity of my analysis. As well, visit my Telegram channel where I do the daily updates for my charts. I wish you have a great weekend and great trading week. Bye bye.